Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on November the 10th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. And all right, so actually, before we get into the calendar, so a big thing here is around the news with Joe Biden winning the elections. The markets likes it, and we have seen the stock market go up. Another thing that has pushed the stock market up today was also the vaccine news. So we heard from Pfizer about this vaccine trial, and it looks like it's more than 90% effective based on the initial trial results that they had. And this was the news that we got this Monday. We got today, and this is where we have seen prices go up quite a bit. We have seen stock market go up, and we also saw all the safe havens drop. So we saw Swiss franc, our Japanese yen, gold, all of those dropped as a result of the news coming out, because this is really positive. Now, in terms of when we'll actually see something, they said they could roll out 50 million doses this year. But that would only protect about 25 million people, so not quite enough, but about 1.3 billion doses in 2021. So this number here will be important, but in the meantime here, they are going to look at some data. So we'll have full trial data that will be coming up, I believe, in November. Third week of November, they will have more data available. So they will need 2 months to do follow-up safety data to assure no side effects will crop up. And like I said, this will be available in third week of November. So after that, if this is successful, then we are going to see, then basically it will be confirmed and the mass production will start for the vaccine. So we'll see how that goes. So going back to the data here coming up on Tuesday here. So overall, a lot of volatility in the market, all the risk stuff went up and the safe havens dropped as a result. Coming up on Tuesday here, a lot of news here. We do have British pound. We are looking at employment numbers. Essentially, these numbers, even though they're not marked in red, these are important numbers. And if we see the number of the claimant count here go up, or we see the earnings drop or unemployment rate go up, basically anything more than what we see here, that will be negative for a British pound. Now, other than that, we have a couple of Fed members speaking. Now, the Fed today did say that there could be a problem if the virus cases continue to go up. So right now, we are seeing the number of virus cases are going up around the world. And if that continues, now Fed did say that as a result of that, there may be some defaults, and that is a negative thing because US still faces possible default wave. So this is going to be a concern. So there have been a lot of deferrals and so forth in terms of loans. And at some point, those loans will be called, and that's why we could still get a huge wave of defaults in the coming months. So as the things deteriorate in our winter months, so we'll have to keep an eye on how things go over the next few months here. All right, so other than that, we do have Reserve Bank of New Zealand here. In terms of the Biden victory here, the allies are happy because now because President Trump did not have a positive relationship with all the U.S. allies, and with Biden victory here, we are seeing that the allies are coming together. So that's a positive thing, and that's another thing that has caused positive basically impact on the U.S. dollar and the stock market today. Other than that, we have the monetary policy statement here. The main focus will be the commentary in regards to what is coming up. New Zealand has done a really good job of managing the virus cases in the country. And if they don't need to go back into lockdowns and so forth, and the economy should do well. So we'll see what the central bank has to say about it, and that will have an impact on New Zealand dollar tomorrow. So let's go on to the charts now. So we'll start with euro dollar here. We have a bearish move here for euro. US dollar did well. Now, as we can see, price was all the way into the resistance, and we have a bearish engulfing candle close here. So bearish bias for euro here. In terms of the pullback, we may get a pullback into 1.1835-ish level here, and then looking for a drop from there. So bearish bias here for euro. Now, the thing to keep in mind here would be we have had some inefficient moves today, and inefficient moves can get filled, so watch out. However, we have to be careful when trading the inefficient moves because sometimes the price will pull back and make another leg higher. So that's something that we'll have to keep in mind. But bias for now for euro dollar is bearish. Next target is 1.1750. And then below that 1.1700, so bearish bias for euro dollar. Pound dollar here neutral over the last couple of days, which means if price holds below today's high, we're likely to see a decline. And price has been trading in this range over the last little bit. So if it's not able to go through the resistance, we're basically looking for a move back in. Towards the middle of the range here. First target is 1.3085. So with this one, what we need to watch out for is we may get one of these and then a further move higher. So this is an important level to watch, 1.3085 to 1.3050 level. If price holds above, then it could do another leg higher. But should it go through, then we're looking for price to come back towards 1.29. So for now, neutral to bearish bias for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, we have a doji. Price was into the resistance and it's pulled back. So this is looking bearish here. In terms of our targets here, the first target is 0.7220 and then 0.7140. So bearish bias for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar here, big move to the upside. Now, there is a large pin on the top here, so neutral bias for the time being. If price goes through this support level here, then we're looking for a pullback into 0.6740, and this will be a level to watch. If it doesn't break through here, then essentially we're looking for a pullback and a further move to the upside. So bias here is neutral. For New Zealand dollar. So especially if it holds above 0.68 or 0.6790, then we are definitely looking for a move higher. So for now, bias is neutral for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, we saw a drop, but price has pulled back. Now with this one here, we could see it go pull back all the way into 1.3050 level here. And then if it holds, we're looking for a further drop. So this one is neutral as well. We did see oil go up because of all the positive news around Pfizer. So if the economies don't have to shut down, if we have enough vaccine doses, that will be good for oil demand. And as a result, oil did go up, which means our Canadian dollar was strong. But with this one here, we may see a pullback and then a drop. So watch out, bias is neutral to bearish here for CAD, dollar CAD here. And in terms of our targets, we are coming into these lows here. The first target is 1.2950. And then below that, we're looking at 1.2920. So bias here is bearish for dollar CAD. Gold here, gold looks bearish as well. Now, gold being a safe haven, we have seen a big drop in gold. So this is bearish. I will look for a pullback towards 24.50. Oh my God, silver, sorry, my apologies. So silver, we saw a drop in gold and silver here. So all the safe havens, basically, this is what I'm looking for. First target will be the support level from today, 23.50 and then 22.60. So bearish bias here for silver. Gold as well, a huge drop in gold. And again, being a safe haven, this one did not do too well, just like our Japanese yen and Swiss franc as well. So bias here is bearish now. Keep in mind though, we are coming into support level here. It has struggled with that, so it may not go through, so be mindful. But bias is bearish once it gets through that. So 1847 and then 1820 will be the second target. So bearish bias here for gold as well. Oil did well here because of the news about the vaccine. Anytime if the vaccine gets produced, this is good for oil. That means the economies will be open, which means oil demand will go up. So this is looking bullish. But again, bear in mind, we are right into this resistance here that price has not been able to break in quite some time. So for now, bias is bullish. Just watch out for the resistance at 41.70 if it doesn't go through. Again, we're looking for a move back into the range. So neutral to bullish bias here for oil. Copper here did not fare that well. We see a drop here. We may see a bit of a bigger pullback. We have a bearish pin bar here, so looking for a drop. 3.05 is the first target and 3.01 is the second target. So bearish bias here for copper as well. Bitcoin here hanging around for the moment. We have a neutral candle. It did not go through the resistance. We have a lower high and a lower low. So we could see a drop. First target would be 14,750. And if it holds here, then we're looking for a further move to the upside. So for now, bias is neutral for Bitcoin. S&P 500, a huge pin on the top. Now we did see that huge move when the news came out about Pfizer. That did come back though. So with this one, we may see a drop here. So bias is neutral to bearish here for S&P 500. I would watch this here. Target is, first target or first level to watch here would be right into the base of today's candle, 35.20. If it goes through that, we're looking at 34.60. So neutral to bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq did not do too well. Initially, we saw that big move to the upside. It has given back some of these gains. So right now, this looks bearish. It is sitting on an important support though. So for last 3 days, it hasn't broken the support. So if it holds above here, we could see another leg higher. But it is an important support resistance level where it kind of turned from here. It was almost all-time highs. So right now, this is looking bearish. First target is 11,600 and then 11,400. Dow Jones here, this one's more neutral here. We did see that big move and then a drop. Now with this one here, I will look for a pullback into 28,850. If it holds, we're looking for another move higher. So neutral bias here for Dow Jones. DAX here, huge move to the upside. Now there is a pin bar on top, which means we could get a pullback back into 12,830 level, or all the way into 12,680. So neutral bias for DAX here. A big move up here in FTSE. We are right into this resistance and we see a pin on top, which means we can see a further drop here. This is where we are. We could see a pullback into 60.75. And then if it holds above, then a further move higher to retest the high. So I would look for something like this, and that could potentially go higher here into 6,300. So neutral bias for FTSE. And last but not least, we have Nikkei here. Nikkei finally went through the resistance here. It had been consolidating sideways for quite some time, and now it went through the high. So it's at all-time high. So this is a huge move for FTSE, and we see this generally when the market consolidates sideways. It does tend to go up a fair bit. So in terms of what are we looking at here, it is dipping back. We could see a drop all the way to fill this inefficiency, which is 24,870, or all the way into the back here, into the top of the support level, So watch out. So something like this, or we may see one of these and that. So I'm not hugely bullish on this at this point, more to the neutral side for now. So neutral bias for Nikkei. So that's it for now. Have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.